In this current era of women in rap music, there are so many artists bursting with creativity and skill, giving us fresh themes and concepts, but sometimes they feel a bit overlooked or slept on. After all, they are breaking boundaries while setting new standards, and the diversity of styles and voices is really off the charts these days. No pun intended. And one of my current favorites that falls in this category is Doechii, an artist who blends and breaks genres so effortlessly. With her new mixtape, Alligator Bites Never Heal, she shows that raw honesty and musical storytelling really never goes out of style. Let's talk about it. But first, welcome to the channel. Hey, hi, what's with it? I'm C, and I do rap and pop culture commentary. So if you're into that, subscribe and hit the like button. Have you ever been introduced to an artist's music before and then you realized, wait, I have heard this person before? That's me and Doechii. When my friend told me to check out a song called Yucky Blucky Fruitcake by a new artist, my interest was piqued. Nice lyricism, pulling me in with a good story, getting a little vulnerable, but maybe a little too all over the place. And then I realized the title of the song quite literally came from one of my favorite childhood book series, Junie B. Jones. Oh, and the Yucky Blucky Fruitcake, which explained the feisty attitude and drastic flow changes in the song from beginning to end. Shout out to all my Barbara Parks lovers. But then I went back to TDE's discography and said, hold up, I've heard of this girl before. And if you've ever heard the track What You Said by Isaiah Rashad, you know that Doechii was on the song. And funny enough, you can even see comments on the YouTube music video saying that TDE should sign Doechii. It's giving full circle moment. One thing that I've always admired about TDE as a label is that they have a real ear for talent. More specifically, they seem to always select artists that feel a bit eccentric but fit together like pieces in a weird puzzle, but it works. Oh, and they have a really good habit of choosing artists that I feel like have a slow burn blow up, as I like to call it, where they're grinding and flying under the radar now or even for a while, just to slowly rise as time goes on. SZA is such a great example of this, and slowly but surely, I can see it happening for Doechii as well. Songs like Girls and Spooky Coochie really show some potential, but it felt like it wasn't until 2022's Persuasive that really exposed her to a more mainstream audience. The song was her first major label single, which was paired with the news that Doechii signed to Top Dog, and soon enough, she even got a remix featuring SZA. Something that I always find interesting, especially when it comes to female rap artists, is that more often than we like to admit, a pop rap song is what helps them achieve landing a hit on the charts, exposing them to a wider audience, and essentially bringing them more mainstream success. But on the downside, a lot of fans, especially day ones, begin to look at the artist a bit different, a pop rap sellout. I wouldn't say that Persuasive totally had that effect on Doechii's role in the rap game, but over time, I do feel like critics have pushed the "we want more rap" thing on her. And I feel like Alligator Bites Never Heal is the perfect rebuttal. A stiff middle finger in the face of anyone who feels like Doechii only slaps when she's singing or getting her pop tunes off. A picturesque recounting of how it feels to grow up in the hood, but be a little different. Alternative even, a sweet, swampy story about the resilience it takes to make it out the struggles of the hood, only to be faced with industry politics, self-image issues, and finding solace in it all through simply creating. But wait, I'm getting in way too deep. Let's get into this mixtape. For starters, the album artwork is everything. The shades of green pairing perfectly with Doechii's skin, these tight-ass cornrows, yes, that was a double entendre. And this sick albino alligator. Listen, I'm from one of the swampiest cities ever, and I ain't never seen no albino alligator. So I really feel like this fits into the theme of Doechii being a rare swamp princess, if you will. There's a recurring theme with many of the rap albums dropping this season, and that's the fact that the introductory tracks have been super introspective, which I love. Doechii feels like she's dragging us through the swamp of her psyche. It feels dark and, oddly enough, like you don't quite know what's coming next. I enjoy the fact that she places the internet assumptions of her as an artist on the table. It's brave. A lot of artists can't admit that at the end of the day, they are nothing more than a TikTok rapper or part-time YouTube actor like Doechii mentions. And the funny thing is, she is one that doesn't exactly fit in this mold, but I get it. When you drop viral tracks like Persuasive and What It Is and get dragged for another version featuring Kodak Black, I'm sure you know how to develop tough skin and keep it pushing. Throw you in the swamp, come out wearing alligator boots, or however that saying goes. Do you want to take a ride on my ego trip? Slow down when you're riding this ego stick. It's giving Doechii Gaga, or she's just really that cocky. Did I mention Doechii is really like that? If you're not familiar with her game or music, please know that she is overly confident in her craft. For a good reason though. And it really shows on songs like Bullfrog and maybe even Boiled Peanuts, which is a guilty pleasure of mine. Boiled Peanuts really gives me Old Dirty Bastard vibes. Catfish too. I'm not sure if it's that old school boom bap type of beat, the way she's rapping. The songs do be feeling kind of short though, like even for me. And I enjoy bite-sized tracks, but then again, Doechii doesn't have much time for filler, and I admire that. She's using every pocket on a song, especially on tracks like Denial is a River, a back and forth between Doechii and her therapist. Do y'all know what this reminds me of? Tyler, the Creator, Goblin, the track that opens his album of the same name. In the song, Tyler is talking to his alter ego / therapist / conscience, Dr. TC, about his life and public image. Doechii seems to mirror this in her own way. And when I look at artists like Tyler, Nicki Minaj, Lauren, and Outkast, all influences that Doechii has mentioned before, I see how her animated personality and knack for storytelling shines through almost every track on this project. The thing that I do enjoy about Denial is a River and much of this project is Doechii's willingness to spill her guts and talk about the things that play a part in self-destruction, especially in Hollywood. Day drinking and day parties, pills and drugs. Maybe we need to get Doechii's alter ego to help some of these folks out. She keeps it real. Much like Skip, a track sampling the classic 25 Lighter song, one of the most sampled songs in hip-hop ever. From Kendrick Lamar's Backseat Freestyle to Megan Thee Stallion's Freaky Girls with SZA. It's timeless. I like the switch from reflective and cocky rap songs to slower R&B rap vibes on Alligator Bites Never Heal. Until we get to Boom Bap, which next to Huh and GTFO is one of my favorite songs. Maybe it's the scatting and her blowing of raspberries in the mic, or her poking fun at the fact that people always say they want real rap, but who is out here out rapping her? It isn't the critics, and well, if it's other female rap artists, then who? Which reminds me of the moment at I think it was the Billboard Music Awards, when Doechii thanked her musical inspirations like Nicki, and let's just say Latto was not feeling it. For obvious reasons, I guess. Doechii and Latto both feel like artists who have essentially had to prove themselves to the masses as being real rappers after going pop. And Doechii quite literally touches on my previous point, mentioning What It Is multiple times. You know what it is, sing a little bit, but she got a hit. And so what? She can do a little bit of everything. Boom Bap feels like her making fun of the critics, and Nissan Altima is the, okay, so you told me to rap, let me show you. Take this for a spin. You know what I really appreciate about this project though? Doechii's ability to hold her own on a 19-track mixtape that feels like an album. Like, if this ain't the album, I'm scared for the album. And she only has one feature on this project. But I gotta say, after watching the live listening party, which, let me say this, I'm going to need the girls, I'm going to need everyone, all of the artists, especially rap artists, to step it up more and do interactive things like this for project releases. Because Doechii was really on Twitch and YouTube, kicking it with her friends behind the screen and fans on the other side of the screen, which introduced me to Cunt Fetish in the process. And this seems to be more of an underground artist. If you've heard of Cunt Fetish, let me know. But her being the artist that she featured on the project, as well as being able to hear songs on this live stream for the first time, made me enjoy them even more, especially Huh and Slide, which feels so Doja Cat coded. We actually need a Doja and Doechii collab. Doechii, SZA, and Doja Cat, if we want to dream a little. Doechii really has a knack for choosing what feels and sounds good with her on a song, like her previous collabs with JT and Rico Nasty. Overall, I think this project shows that now more than ever, versatility is the star of the show when it comes to women in rap music. And I think a lot of the girls have attempted this season, and many of them have succeeded. Doechii definitely falls into the category and adds such a breath of fresh air to music. Raw creativity, nice visuals, during a time where people be acting scared to do a little visual because they're way more focused on us streaming the music, buying the music, and getting on the charts. I mean, I know y'all saw me talk about the swap sessions previously, which I didn't know. I think Doechii gave herself an hour to write a song, and she winded up doing the song and also adding a little bit of a creative visual element, which is everything. Doechii is checking all of the boxes for me, and I really cannot wait to see what she does next. But if you listen to Alligator Bites Never Heal, what was your favorite track? And overall, what are your thoughts on Doechii as an artist? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.